Hey everyone, we'll be starting in a moment. Okay. Close this. These things. Save that one. One there. Connection seems to be good. Voice is being picked up. We're good to go. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another stream of mine. And today we are continuing with Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. The Miles Edgeworth one. Welcome. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. Mine was alright. I wish I had caught up and sleep more, but I'm going to keep trying. We're going to see how much we can get done today. Last time we had played this, we had investigated the second half of the embassy, where we found that Master Damask II was killed by, apparently, Manicochin. We also found that Larry and Holdbag were there and were involved, as usual, with Larry trying to climb down a chimney to try and get to Wendy, or Mindy, because he thought Oldbag was Mindy, but Mindy broke her ankle or something, so then she had to be replaced by someone else, which ended up being Oldbag, and then Oldbag was the one that he ended up flirting with, even though he didn't know that it was her until the last moment when we just found out. Yeah. And he was being Larry, so he wouldn't answer our questions properly until we kind of forced him. But, yeah, we got that all done. We found out that Cochin may have killed Master Damask. And we, I believe, are about to go somewhere else to investigate, or we might have more to find out. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I believe Sheena to be Miss Yu, pretending to be someone else, and she's the real killer all along. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's funny. I've named this as two killers because we got Cochin that killed Master Damask, and then someone killed Cochin. So, you know. Hey, Rafashon, welcome. Let me just read that. At this point, no. Right, shrink that down a bit more. Come on. There we go. Right. Everything seems to be good, so let us begin and see what we can get done today. There might be two killers. One. Maybe one. I don't remember. I see. Everything is on fire. Oh, come on. I have to do this again. I really hope they update chat again soon, because whatever they've done to it, they've just removed opacity, they've removed saving the settings so then it stays in always on top. Like, every time I boot it up, I have to put it on top again. It's like, come on. Right. Refresh restream. Sounds being picked up, I'm being picked up, showing up on there. Cool. We're good to go. Let's do this. You may have blocked out this case. Was it too long for you? Alright, let's continue. Because if it is got like more hours left, yeah, I can understand why you would block that. March 14th, 9:21 a.m. Open air stage. I've left the Master Damask. It's the second investigation to Francisca. Return to Babal. For some reason, we're working quite well together, me and Francisca. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into the Babal statue. Oh, right, we also found out that the statues could move and be picked up. And apparently the one that's in the Babal embassy is actually the one that belongs to the other one. And probably vice versa. Long you didn't enjoy it? Oh, okay. Mr. Edgeworth! So, Kay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We weren't going off. Honest, sir. They've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Friendly and character development. Yay! Oh, we really had a fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe, I guess I have to do everything. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. And then we promptly lost them. They belong to the lady under the pink princess's mask. The pink princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday. Oh, understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give her back them. And if I don't, I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value. This useless woman's shirt. Ugh. Also, the habit of implying it's almost over while investigating several hours left. Well, having, not investigating. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really just going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Oh man. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence is rearranged. Unnecessary evidence? What do you count as that? I mean, the flowers would be unnecessary, but if they're still here, they must not be. Of course, the dead body we've got stashed in our pocket is still here. Whee! It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I'd love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Greatest Great Thief show. I should think it'd be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Hey, you're not going to the Alabaster already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. I only walked a few feet that way. Mr. Edgeworth. You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Well... I take it he hasn't found nothing of any particular use. As usual, this bumbling moron. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I've got something really interesting from Ambassador Paleto. Oh, and what is this something interesting? Is it more tickets? Yes, sir. A lamp? Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns the green color, sir. Don't they also make the ink from that? Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose it's a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it protect the images. Or project, not protect. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. 2 people have been murdered. It's the founders all begin. Yeah. Right. What do you notice about this piece of evidence, Detective? I don't really sense anything special about it, but the embassy's a different story. I see. I'm not really sensing anything special from you either, sir. Well, I'm sensing a special look at your monthly salary, Detective. No more, please. He's had enough. Nothing about the money. Nothing about the statue. Oh, those are really good, sir. Could I have one? Don't you dare line your stomach with the evidence. Come to think of it, the dog Detective Gumshoe takes care of just up and ate a samurai dog earlier as well. A poor little dog slowly coming to resemble his handler. Don't say poor little dog, he's not that bad. What they learned from DGS when we're making this. I don't know, maybe? That's a souvenir from a ball. It's a silhouette lantern. By the by, how much is it? It was really expensive, sir. About as expensive as my coat. Oh, I see. This is about the average price of a cheap souvenir. Oh, sir. Let me have a look at this. Or talk to you, I guess. How is the investigation going in the Bubbly Secretariat's office, Kay? Well, even though we found a few treasures, they've all been pretty much burnt to a crisp. A treasure is a terrible thing to waste. Anyway, is there anything else I should know about? Oh, that's right. You know that what I found in that office? A wooden bear carving. Why did I say it in that accent? It's so cute. Can I have it? Huh? Can I? No, of course you can't. By the sounds of things, it appears there's been no progress in the investigation. These two are absolutely worthless to me. Hey, about this piece of evidence. Huh? May I really have it? The original had a bad habit of requiring something specific when multiple things should work. That and really small interact boxes. I mean, it's still sort of the case with the interact boxes. I don't know about the other thing, though. But you know, as the Yadagarasu, it'd be bad if I couldn't get this myself. Sorry, but I have no intention of giving you this piece of evidence. Oh, really? I guess I misunderstood. I feel like I've had a very similar conversation with someone else before. It's a box of samurai dogs, right? Oh, but see, I'm a Jammin' Ninja fan. I want a Jammy Dodger. So, while I would love to have one, I'm going to have to be strong and resist the urge. Well then, how about you slowly enjoy them after we crack this case? Okay, fine, you twisted my arm. Let's indulge! You know nothing about this. I am not going back, I just went too far down. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for renovation. Don't expect it to follow through on stealing the near future. Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter. Kay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play on words there. Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues there. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? I mean, you weren't particularly that quiet. No, it's not like that, sir. He just wants to be included. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. No way! From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. Okay, there's the reference that you get. That's your one Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney reference. Hey, did you take the scent of treasure coming from this bush? The scent of treasure? Not at all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it. I'm not with it. No, and it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic. Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You really think so? That prosecutor we met at Gatewater Land seemed to be pretty active. Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything just naturally balances out. Because he's dead. I killed him. He's not dead. This bush looks like the perfect place to hide some sort of treasure, you know? But there's no treasure inside those things. Oh, too bad. We do have a lot of treasure back at Babal. Sounds great. I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometimes with a 5-finger discount. Sure. We'll welcome you anytime. Are you sure you really want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? They probably have plenty of thieves. So you're back, are you, Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are? The discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however these coupons do nothing for me right now. Edgeworth's son becomes the Reaper. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract the extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight over in Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Atagras started. Racist? No. Every country has thieves in it. And seeing as this place keeps getting its ink stolen and all this other stuff, then yeah, there's a bunch of thieves there. What more do you want me to say? Exactly. Ambassador Paleno, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primadux statue. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that the Alabaster Babal used to be one country called Codifia? Yes, I know that much about your history. We've been talking about it since I got here. Well, the Primadux statue belonged to the founders of Codifia. At least that's how the story goes. I was bequeathed unto the king of Codifia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it is meant of a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. So the guy specifically gave out 2 statues so then the 2 countries would be fighting to be rulers of both. Okay. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babal were used to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primadux statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. It's a statue. I wonder if Ambassador Paleno knows about what happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Ambassador Paleno, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Hey, Matt the Shirt, welcome. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man, which means you didn't like him and he was actually kind of mean. There was if there was anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. since I'd become the Bubbly's representative at the country's Unification Council. He'd been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries would to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. What an interesting coincidence. The day that they would have been reunified, this happens. Ambassador Paleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primadux statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Kammer about this earlier. And then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Primadux statue immediately. I ran out of breath. Because the statue currently in your country's possession? Yes, well, I've only inspected it myself. And it definitely is a Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying the Babal's was a replica. I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results in the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. Which is why it could be picked up, because it's not a full gold statue, it's a hollow one. Got it. That makes more sense than an actual full gold one, because you would need, like, weightlifters or, like, a freaking, what are they called? Trolley? I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. Or some people will say either. I never really thought that being portrayed by my own secretary. The real symbol of wealth will be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I have to give you a summary of what's happened. Blah 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 blah, he was dead. Blah 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 blah, turns out Cohen was murderer. Oh, I see. So, there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. And that's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yadagrasu? In one way or other, the Yadagrasu's connected. Of this I am sure. And now then, where was the Yadagrasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden at Alabastian's side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yadagrasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. You know, I just had a thought. Your hair kind of looks like the shadow of the Yadagrasu during the event. Just throwing that out there. Not saying that you are them, just that it's a familiar. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like a butt. An upside-down butt. Or a water spout. Or a weird face that's going, oh! Oh, what is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be any use? There is a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there is anything it could get wet around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. We're going to meet the Gavineers. Or is this the Jammin' Ninja's guitar pick? Because he has a guitar. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. A gun. Edgeworth Gumshoe gave this to me. Damn hiccups. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that the woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day there'd be some use tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. We could give it to the dog will be able to smell it, and it will go straight to Sheena. Thank you. I'll be honored to hold on to it for you. Would this even have any scent after 7 years? Wee. Just looking at these scaffolds make me want to climb them. I'd recommend that you do not try. There was a fire burning here not that long ago. Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says, if there's a height to be scaled, then scale it you must. Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? They're having a real time of cleaning up after the fire. I suppose we should stay out of there and investigate the stage some more then. Ooh. It's the national flag of a ball. He just got his butterfly crest. I already read this. I think I'll be turning to the investigation in Alabas now, but... I know, I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there. But why? Why can't she just come with us? And why are those leaves spewing water? And that's a realistic statue of a woman right there. Feet! The fountain is very low. Why is that so low? The water level, I mean. Got some flowers in there, which are fine. That chair doesn't look like it belongs there. It's just so weird looking at this statue of a woman and she's the most realistic person in this entire shot. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. I knew it was you. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Adagrasu has. Ah yes, the Adagrasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. It's not like it can just walk past the invisible barrier that just stops anyone from walking from place to place. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Adagrasu. Majorshepard 2026. You know, if you just quote that every time, it's going to be like Majorshepard 2025, August, January 2024. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Adagrasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, the fire at the Babalese embassy that the Adagrasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Adagrasu shall escape my diligence. Benign investigation. Hey, Franny. Whee! A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that a statue of the queen of who spoke love to King Primadux. No, I'm not saying that I say that a lot. I'm just saying it comes up too much. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I open my mouth about a statue and she somehow has made the leap to that. There is an overturned spotlight here. Then the Adagrasu appeared. The audience was waiting for the speech to start. Panic. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought to use my wit to capture the Adagrasu. However, there were people in my way, and I wasn't able to land a single lash. I suppose this means that some poor saps were hit instead. It's possible that the Adagrasu hid in these bushes. Of course not, they're rose bushes. You've been spending too much time with Scruffy and that girl. They're rubbing off on you. But it's alright. I'll wake you up out of your stupor. Now, the next time you feel like sleep-talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get? There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. Should we bring back to spells and seas? Yeah! It's not just for aesthetics. I am in the wrong voice. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. Is that why it's so low? Wait, why do you use the fountain as a water for fires? What? Just use the fire extinguishers. Or have the sprinkler system activate. What? This game's backwards. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are oh, it's gone back up, yeah. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must have been refilled to its normal level. It suggests this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Oh, hey! What are you doing in there? And why was that so well animated? No! Ah! How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type of guy just to jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Yes. Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile. How could you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you doing if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours, anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Hold it.
Larry, this is the first time I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick. The princess. The pink princess.
Hold it.
He had a child with old bag? Miss Von Karma, I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll for the Iron Infant. Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase of an astounding fool. That's Larry for you. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. I'll get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. And then he vanished. Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if he can get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. And there's another one. Did they literally just take 3D models and just make them in statues? There are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color, one per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. No? I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I better leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things. This statue bears a resemblance to the Prima Dux statue. The plaque says King Prima Dux in the battlefield. In order to save the Queen, King Prima Dux put his life on the line and went to war. So Prima Dux was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone intimidating, a character from an ancient legend, imitating. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. talk to you in a minute. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair. Ambassador Alba is very elderly. He's more than 300 years old. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired from his speech. In that case, why did he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. He sounds like my old principal from grade school who'd speak at assemblies. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. I'm just imagining Miles having a flashback to Francisca struggling to walk in heels. Do not laugh, Miles Edgeworth. I am wanting to look like a real Franz von Kammer. And now I'm just imagining, like... Von Kammer himself is like, that's it. Walk like a real woman of... of the Von Kammer name. See, it's not so bad. He's got like 12-inch heels. Even I could do it. He's just wearing high heels the entire time. He's like those ballerina ones where they're right on the tiptoes and they have that really long like heel. The stage was set up nicely. However, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around at the edge of the pool. That's such poor planning. If there was no place other than a spot of two by the pool, there really should have been made seating arrangements, like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense the consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time. Huh. Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to have sit down after a while. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Manfred does the full catwalk stroke. Yeah. Strut.
Hello, sir. Have we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir.
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sir, not a single thing, sir.
Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor. I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We had to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after come this far. The wolf does not run away from a pack's duty. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out, screaming into the light. You with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief alright. My own two eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. When the spotlights were turned on the Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. And that's when the cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. The stick in the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief had vanished. Imagine a young Francisca putting clown makeup on a sleeping Manfred before he forcibly teaches her how to do it right. Oh my god. Francisca, you're supposed to put the paint on first and then the makeup. What is wrong with you? Do you not know how a clown works? It was supposed to be the perfect clowns. When my investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the inspection plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. One thing's for certain, the Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Amaterasu. I believe I'd figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know of the subject. What really cast the shadow of the Amaterasu? Well, I think it was over here. Although it could be over here. Because this is bent over. But then it was coming from this direction, so... I'll present this first.
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Amaterasu. It is not possible that it was created by this statue.
Objection!
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Amaterasu. You are correct. However, the statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part of the real form of the Amaterasu shadow? Well, it's got to be the lights, right? Although it's a part of the outfit, so maybe...
Take that!
Francisca, if you take a look at this, do you find it to be a bit suspicious? Not at all. As I thought. For you see, I was merely testing you just now. We have no time to waste on your pompous talk. So get on with your explanation already. Ah! You got hit me 3 times! I guess Francisca just couldn't understand my point. I need to think this through. Now the Amaterasu shadow. There's really only one thing that can explain how it was cast, and it must be this. What is the other part to reveal to the real form of the Amaterasu shadow? Well, it's either going to be the flowers, which I can't get to right now, or it's going to be this. I'll go with this first.
Take that!
Nope.
Take that!
That's not that either.
Take that!
Nope. Is it going to be a case where it's going to be 2 spotlights created an image that made it look like it was that?
Take that!
It is. Okay. It's another statue. But it's another statue. The Amaterasu shadow was made from the shadows of these 2 statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to what they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the 2 shadows will create the Amaterasu? Precisely. And now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Amaterasu. First, we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Pyramidux and a battlefield. The shadow of the king statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light on the queen who spoke of love to the king Pyramidux, her silhouette should also appear on the backdrop on the stage. Aha! So if we were to combine the 2 shadows, it looks nothing like what the Amaterasu shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shone on the Queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this work. However, in the case of the Queen, I do not believe her whole statue is needed. Rather, the person who created the statue only required one part of the statue. Only one part. Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Aragarasu's shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right, I apologize. Now, what part of the statue was used to complete the Aragarasu's shadow? The feet. No, it was the hand.
Take that!
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah, that's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Friska? I combined her name to make it just say Friska. Franziska, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we've got. It's... yeah, this is exactly the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the light spotlights around. It just makes me think that, the Aragarasu's here! Pick up this light, put it over there, run away! They just try to steal the spotlights. Which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. Kojima. By the time the lights came back on, the Aragarasu's shadow had vanished. Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Aragarasu never did visit the Alabast tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed. And that Aragarasu had an accomplice in Alabast. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, it was Kochin, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. That was very short. I expect this to be the old guy. How's the investigation going? It's not, it's you. Detective Bad, have you come to join us investigating the Aragarasu? I've left that murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Aragarasu. So yes. So what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we're ready to face whatever may come. So please, if you please... When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. It's Lauder. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Oh boy! Trash! It literally just looks like garbage floating in the air. What in the world? The Aragarasu is flying through the air. That does not look like the Aragarasu. It looks like garbage. It looks like a ripped up paper bag that's soiled, floating in the air. How does that look like anything like a person? The times, they are a-changing. It's not just man, but evidence, even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building you can see from the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. The blur in this picture took off from the Babalese embassy, flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. I'm trying to recall which one that would be. Oh, that would be the Burning Bridge, the third game. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually. Yeah, with Big Top. She's like, people can't fly. Oh, wait a minute, they can, because I've seen it happen twice. But those were extenuating circumstances. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the... I should learn to finish swallowing before I start talking. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind the photograph? Well, the Yadagrasu took off from the Bubbly's embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to mobile investigation for a bit. Alright. I barely reach your neck. So, Yadagrasu was just a shadow. The calling card that was sent in was that threw everyone off and made them assume things. It's possible that all the events tonight were part of the overall plan. Franny was there too. Yeah. I'm going to continue investigating on the Alabastian side. You two, as I always say, don't do anything stupid, alright? I wonder if he's alright. The wrong voice. I'm hanging around too much with you, Edgeworth. I need to return to my voice. It's unusual for him to be so nice. I think it's simply that he's concerned for our well-being, Francisca. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. Oh, you were just standing here? Welcome back, Miss Edgeworth. Now come on! Let's investigate our side. Yes, let's. Those are some nice flowers. I wonder who they're from. The Gatewater Imperial Hotel. Where's this, Mr. Edgeworth? It's an ultra-luxurious hotel that sponsors the Steel Samurai series. I've been there once to investigate a case. Oh, so what kind of case was it? I believe it was related to the Nickel Samurai and the Jamin Ninja. This is only a month after that? Oh, wow. Oh, I remember reading about that. You must be the head of Steel Samurai affairs down at the prosecutor's office, huh? I should think that you can even figure that as such an office does not exist, Kay. Hold on. You're telling me that Edgeworth came from wherever he was, did the case with Phoenix with the bridge, then went back, and then immediately came back again? He's like a yo-yo. He's going between different countries like it's going to a steakhouse or something. We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours since now. Mr. Edgeworth, have I ever told you that you talk like an old fogey? I was merely reminiscing. It's such a crime. Right, we're back. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. We already had a discussion. March 14th, 10:37. Where's Gumshoe? I think after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Palino, but I have yet to find his killer. I just need to move my headset. Then I guess his murder really was the work of Yadagrasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yadagrasu. The real Yadagrasu is a noble vigilante who was only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Paleno. Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Feel free to investigate to your heart's content. I have to ask, where is Sheena gone? I thought she was supposed to be keeping an eye on Faraday for a while. She's just disappeared. Suspicious. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Paleno. You're a real gentleman. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Yes, sir, Paleno. Those two sure got chummy awfully quick. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the statue of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you followed. Yeah, when I came into this room, this person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Koshin's killer. We don't know that yet, however, it's hard to believe that the person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Adagrasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! The woman is definitely Mr. Koshin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of Adagrasu and mysteries, I received the most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Adagrasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. And now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the fur-long coat I was chasing. How can you tell? It looks like nothing. Does the Adagrasu that I was chasing the fake after all? I don't know the answer for your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how the person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can find this. Before we can say anything about that. Ugh. In any case, let us not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation when we left off. I'm getting rid of this back pillow because it's starting to be a pain. Let me just move about. There we go. Sorry about that.
Whee!
It appears that Mr. Koshin's body has been taken care of for an autopsy. The white outline is all that is left to the tale of this murder. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. I won't rest until I inspected every sook and crew. So I guess the embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? He's hit 30. The check engine light is on. Sure. Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought the babals would look like a flower and the receiver would be the butterfly. That way, it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabas, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were in Kodafia? There's really no point asking me about something that never existed in the first place. Huh. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. There is a bottle of Bubbly's ink on Mr. Koshin's desk. And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. But the seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up some of the ink. Hey, Mr. Paleno, looks like your precious Bubbly's ink is straight after all. Well, all right. It's straight? Looks like your ink's not gay. What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? After I finish investigating. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Babal sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I should call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would net you? A 5-finger kind. What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else can I steal? What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we should really take a look. This is a rather strange, unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Eureka! It would appear that this piece of evidence is related To what exactly? Alright, so perhaps it wasn't related after all. Oh wait, don't tell me. Is this something that thieves can't see? Well, why don't we say that that's it and move on? I was just joking, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. It's just my way of saying that when you make a mistake, you should just admit to it. It appears she noticed after all. I'm losing my brain power. I should really be carefully re-examine this area for clues. It seems the contents of this drawer survived the fire really well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in there, Mr. Edgeworth. Not really. And that looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look like all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. That's because I'm a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things, so I can touch what I like without gloves. And my job is to be a great thief. Which exactly is why you are not allowed to touch anything. There is only one left book standing. There. Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. Ah. The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate? Why? It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Manny Cochin. His name is written on here on the number plate. Nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate on with your name on it in front of your office? Or in your own office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they've walked into the wrong room by mistake. Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forgot it? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set up a number plate on one's desk. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons. I already talked about this. You can see the Alabastian embassy through the window. So, where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask II was killed. What? You don't mean the Master Mask II? Ah, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Master Mask was merely an imposter of the original. A fireplace, huh? Some of our offices have them too. Two? There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall again. I still can't believe that we found the lady's undershirt in the fireplace. Eh? If it was that traumatizing, why don't you just try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we can play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot? I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. The safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burned up, right? Yes, and thanks to this safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the most wonderful promises of treasure within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. Ambassador Paleno, what exactly used to be here? That used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets. But it looks like they're all burned up. I guess we'll have to reprint them. But no matter. I'll first reprint them. They'll always disappear so quickly. The Bubbly's tourism industry really that hot right now? Of course. Although, recently the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. But we refuse to lose to them, so if we had hard at work promoting the ball. Interesting. Well, I've just recently returned from a trip from Borginia myself. Oh, and how did you like it? It was alright. I probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. So this is the real Prima Duck statue. This is really valuable, right? That's what they say.
Hold it!
Kay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue is worth. This sounds mighty suspicious to me. Ambassador Paleno, would you happen to know what this charge remains of? I don't know, actually. But I don't think there's anything there that should have been flammable. And so it remains a mystery as to what was burned here. A grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast. Oh, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Code of Fear. So this is one big clock. How does this one have a bird that pops out with a cuckoo clock? Or does this have one? Sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm sure you'll love its chime. Really? He's going to be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then. Is it that time already? Sure. Time sure flies by when you're involved in a case. Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun. Okay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. Shut up, game. Stop speaking to me. I can stay up until 10 a.m. if I want to. Yes, Gramps. It looks like there's all souvenir stuff suffered some damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yadagrasu. The fake Yadagrasu is guilty of much more than theft, it seems. I know! It's because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf. You would steal the ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere. You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have no memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. So you want to steal memories. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No, because even if I did take the souvenirs, I can't take the owner's memories. We still don't know where the blade of the Babalese knife went. Could it be that the killer walked away with it? And now then, Ambassador, I would like to ask for your movements about before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babalese embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Wait, but the fire we know about is the one at the Jammin' Ninja show. Ah, well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught the fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one in the night. Exactly. I did the wrong voice. Kay proceeds to rip the memories out of your parents. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad made reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently after the fires on the 4th and 5th floor were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Interesting. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained in the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the 1st floor the floor above it that caused it. That's, how should I put this, a very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. I feel sorry for you, Mr. Paleno. Oh, looks at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask me again? We were discussing what your actions and the whereabouts for today's were. If you happen to know Mr. Cochin's actions whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy today from morning until now. First I woke up and then brushed my teeth. After that I had to roll out for breakfast.
Hold it!
Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like the condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. So, what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo-op, so we were tidying up this office. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the Prima statue and the Babbly's knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tiny didn't take much, really. We just burned some files were no longer needed, and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up in the fireplace must have been a real pain in the ass, though. Huh. About that, I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babbly's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see? And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. I talk about the boss getting bossed around. And that's about it of what we did in the morning. Just some cleaning. But don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was taking part of the photo op on stage at the end of the show. And there was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped downstairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So, you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was dead. Lying in eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Paleno, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be much more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was so worried about his office, he came rushing back to it. I called out, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. When I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I was able to see into the room at all.
Hold it!
The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, the white crystal oil burns green when it's lit, so you can see by this lantern. And Babbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught fire. So that's why I was surprised to find that there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. That's a spell from D&D. Green flames. Green flame blade. Although I changed it to black flames because my character uses black fire. Although currently she doesn't because she gave up the power of a black fire to save her sister and make her resurrect. So now she has ice, which is now black ice. I'm waffling on about something that's not anyone's seen unless they watch our D&D campaigns. Or Pathfinder just now. What exactly was it caught on fire in here? This statue resembles that hero, the Steel Samurai, what do you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right? I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was a national treasure. Babbly's ink consists mostly of white crystal oil. When lit, the oil in ink burns a bright yellow-green. It makes for a great science experiment. Here, give it a try with this. Yes, well, I understand your enthusiasm, but the amount you gave me earlier is enough. I see. That's too bad. In that case, why don't you have a few more of these coupons? I got plenty. I have plenty of those, too. Where is he conjuring these from? I can't believe the Babbly's ink was being used in such an evil scheme. And if people were about to find out, that would have really tarnished the global image of Babal. This is really bad. Really, really bad. Oh, Babal's in a bind now. Is it just me, or his words do not match his facial expressions? Oh, he's doing it for both? Okay. Ambassador Paleno, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you should know more about the case than I. Let me help make it up to you by not knowing anything about these coupons. Thank you, however I feel I must decline. How many things consist of white oil? When lit, the oil is green, black, yellow, green. Make for a great spine. I was already saying. I lost a lot of things at those fires. Things like the many, many coupons we had printed. Discounted price tickets for the cafeteria, and I should think that those blasted coupons were not the biggest victim here. Everything this morning happened exactly as it said in my statement. Maine and I wanted to do a photo shoot with the German ninja, so we tidied up his office. That's about it. I can't think of anything else of interest. If this guy is to be believed, an ambassador's job consists of only wasting time. Can I combine anything? I mean, I don't think this works on anything, but I'll try it. It's the charred remains of a falling ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yes, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right around like a record. I see. I guess I can see why you would want to make a reference to a song. It says it's a notepad. Hold on a minute. Is this the same paper? Because I was wondering, because like, yeah, it's got this weird little tab part at the top. I thought it was teared off. What if that's just the shape of the thing?
Eureka!
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of the note we found. Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in our country. Or your country. We've been collecting them for a purpose of studying them, you see. All I know is that to me, you look like you're lots of fun. I don't know what that's in reference to, but yeah! Thanks! I think. Hopefully. That's a good thing. If you're being sarcastic, I'll be really sad. Yes, I do. You seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Paleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. Nicely spotted, well, thank you. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see, in that case. Oh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask? Then this note? Yes, it was requested from Mr. Coacham from Damask II to steal the Primadox statue. What? Manny, try to steal Alabast's Primadox statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were written by Mr. Coacham? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that, Manny. Would even think of doing something like this? Do you have any idea why he would requested the theft of the statue? There's one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Tell me everything before I give you a wedgie. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damas II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were determined which statue was the real one as part of today's event. But because of the Atagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. But you see, Babal's statue, well, it's a replica. And did Mr. Cochin know about Babal's Primadux statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person who could consult with. We'd have to do something with our statue, or once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well then, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be all right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Code of Fia." At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw the note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure you are the next Code of Fian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh, there you are. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It's my theme song. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested? Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, okay? Feel free to make a look. It's for you, after all. What is all this, Gummy? It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly what this room was before and after the fire. Good work, Detective. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. I am nothing like your father, and Gumshoe is not competent at all. What do you mean? As prosecuting detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry, I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Radagrasu, just like my father, right?
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it's truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. You bet. She should get together with Emma. An investigator and a thief. 2 pals. 2 feet apart because they're not gay. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favour. Yeah? That gadget. Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon. Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you? We've used it like twice.
Hold it!
In 2 cases, I mean. She teams up with Maya. Could at least be Pearl. I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the 3rd floor fire. Just gals being pals, eh? Yeah. You got it. All right, here we go. Dark skies of evening with no other bird, dead stake, wing, or one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. It seems there were other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well. Oh, what is this? Is this some kind of light show I was not told about? This is the power of true vigilante. It's recreating the room with my info I've inputted. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. Mind if I copy it and sell it? I believe it's about time we return to our investigation.
Whee!
So, by this time, the previous statue had already been swapped, right? They must have been, as this one is covered in soot. What lousy timing. Just the two countries were about to become friends again, too. It would have been better if it had been stolen. If I had stolen it, than for it to be caught up in that fire. Okay, I think you understand. I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? 1 second, everyone. Here we go. Sorry, I just had to ban a bot. Right.
Yep, sure did. I also helped out put out the fire, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First time I tried the elevator, I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I would have been burnt to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevators.
I think everyone does that. Oh. Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yaragrasu that came into the Bubbly's embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they'd never get a good look at the person either, sir.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
The second fire broke out around the time the Yaragrasu was spotted in Outburst. I was also a suspicious person was spotted in this Babal, which caused some panic.
Hold it!
So no one was able to get a look at the Yaragrasu that entered the Babal.
Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. Well, that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know?
Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. The more I hear about this person in a long coat, the more I worry that you're going to be prosecuted again. Gumshoe. A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yaragrasu that appeared in Alabas was proven to just be a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yaragrasu who appeared in Babal is also a suspect. You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to catching the fake. I mean, close to you. So, the Yaragrasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Cochin, then disappeared. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yaragrasu?
I did. Well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and we got lost for a while there.
Hold it!
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective.
I'm sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was right when I was lost and wandering in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed right towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body.
Yeah, I thought it was sounding like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Tsushima wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until we got him, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful in the Blue Moon.
Still, it's too bad that Sheena got him before I did.
I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. I knew it, she's related.
Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yaragrasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped him putting out the first fire. And during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yaragrasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why are you pointing at me like that when you say that, sir?
So Babal is really pushing into their terrorism industry, huh? Yes, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Do you really have the destination in mind? Well, ideally I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, might I suggest Japan and learn with the ninjas? Perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the German Ninja show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. A fireplace. Super Babal's office has them too. Already talked about this. You can see the Alabastrian embassy through the window. And that looks like a very comfortable chair. Oh, it didn't change before the fire. Yeah, it just got a little burnt, that's all. It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still unusable. Still usable, not unusable. Terrorism industry. What? If it's that great, why don't you try your desk with it? No. It was just a suggestion. You didn't have to get all monosyllabic on me, you know. I'm stuck. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Paleno saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time he came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire died out or something by that time. Hey, Swordmaster, welcome! Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor. Until the Yadagrasu appeared and caused a stir in Babala, I suppose. I guess Mr. Paleno was just lucky enough to run into the fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until you came. And no one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochran's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, the person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. I said terrorism instead of tourism? No, I did not. I don't believe you. You always lie to me, Raffatron. Ban! Okay, then maybe the green fire was here, was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is that the person burned, it's rather sizable fire. And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, I do believe I get what you're thinking is exactly why these greens are flamed. What? These flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same as these green flames? Well, it'll be the lantern. This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the white crystal oil it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was talking about too. I love the green it gives off. I think we'd now established that the green flames were caused by white crystal oil. I thought we had already established that. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from white crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Paleno was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. And we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Leave me in, sir.
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from white crystal oil that Ambassador Paleno was mistaken about.
Take that!
Okay, points to this piece of evidence. It's not needed anymore, right? Good, then I'll go throw it out for you. No, wait. Huh? But why? I'm sure this piece of evidence is completely unnecessary. I mean, it didn't have anything to do with what we're talking about after all. Well, either way, I can have it back for now. It would appear that I was the one who was mistaken this time. Remember this one more time. Something made of white crystal that is still here in this very room. It's the ink. Whoops. I nearly presented my badge.
Take that!
Bubbly's ink is made from white crystal oil. Oh.
So it would burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babbly's ink. Because we found the ink that Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. I would appear that I've finally found it, the smuggling ring's real goal.
Take that!
What would consume the great volume of ink to make? That would be the White Crystal Prosecutor's Badge. The counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zengfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct?
Oh, yes. I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed.
He looks happy as he says this. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crime, you will need to be investigated as well.
Yes, I suppose. Oh, we've caused quite a bit of trouble for the few countries, haven't we?
It's my duty to search out all who shield Mr. Cochin and concealed his crimes. But they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. This grandfather clock. It was apparently different positions before the fire.
According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. You ever just sit in a chair and then you just find out that you just slip down slowly over time? That's what's happening to me right now. That's why I keep moving the mic. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? Well, that's odd. It was chiming right at the dot every hour in this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanism or something.
Ambassador Paleno, maybe take a look inside the clock.
Sure, I'll go right on ahead.
Detective Gumshoe, if you would please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir, I'm on it.
We didn't start the fire. It was always turning, six is always burning.
Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It's a spool of wire.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. What was a long length of wire doing inside the clock in the first place?
Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it was Mr. Paleno that put the fire in there. And then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. We examined everything in his office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Mr. Paleno about it. Ambassador Paleno, there is something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to the Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grand clock.
That's right. You also paid a visit to Alba last year inside of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one.
Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that.
Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room the location of the fire, the are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo op the jamming ninja?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken to the ambassador's office, right?
It's rather another odd expression of Babal's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots.
Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to help some.
I don't think it's this, actually. It's probably this first.
Yeah!
The Alabastian and Babalese side of the buildings are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passage. A secret passageway. A secret passageway? There we go, proper question. In Alabasta, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A rolling back wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Well, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir.
What?
This embassy hold that kind of secret?
There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador.
I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And my first thought is it's likely the killer that used the revolving fireplace. It looks like just another fireplace though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? In Alabasta, we had to push the X that was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it.
Hold it!
You scared me, sir.
There is something about the fireplace that lies a contradiction to the facts. Huh? We found the X where you thought it'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I'm referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I inspected every cricket-goo, giddy-giddy-goo-goo-ga. All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood. Huh? That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Paleno said at all. What is the meaning of this?
Eureka!
Ambassador Paleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct?
Yes, burned quite a few files in this morning, actually.
And after that, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Why are you asking me? Why are you making such a scary face?
I'm sorry, I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at the fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it.
Let's see. Where did all the ashes go?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that an Ambassador
Paleno is lying, do you?
No, there is no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that's causing the contradiction. Kay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured out everything now, huh? Huh?
Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, aren't you?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it was Mr. Edgeworth known for, you know.
There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. I've already checked the area, but it never hurts to take another look. If we push the X mark, the fireplace should turn.
A revolving fireplace wall. That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and...
Hold it!
Wait, Detective. There is something we need to examine about it first. Besides which, there is also something I'd like to test.
Oh, like what, sir?
I'll tell you later, Detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. Words do good. They always do good. The ashes Ambassador Paleno left here have been disappeared. If we follow where this piece of information leads, we should see the truth. It's time for you to use your secret weapon, right? Yeah, go on, sir.
Use your special skill.
I'll ignore your strange phrasing for now and focus on the information we've instead. Just a little further, I can sense the truth lying just on the other side of this. I have to shout Eureka. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, it's because if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Paleno said that he spilled some Bubbly's ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighbouring room. Which means that this is a clear indication the fireplace was used. Woo! Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through here? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer. After committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. See? It's all coming together. Sheena's the suspect. And she's going to be Callisto Yu. She's going to rip off her wig and be like, I am the Yatagarasu. I have come to kill all the bad guys because they betrayed me. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route? I have, but this is only the beginning. And now we have to chase the killer down. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk about with the person who was with the neighboring room. I am wondering, now, if she came through here, she threw out the coat or the disguise or whatever she had out the window, and that was what they took a picture of. And then she ran into this room to get, Kay.
Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, who's that person, sir?
Yes, Detective Agent Sheena. Bum bum bum. It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
Hold it!
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, is it my time to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to have a run handwriting analysis on Damas II's note.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on it right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir?
No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Now get on your knees.
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll get on my knees again.
Go on, Gummy, you can do it.
Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to sack yourself up that much for a simple task, Detective.
Wow, the wall inside really did turn.
That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too.
There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea.
It appears that the ashes really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Bubbly's ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it!
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Huh? But there's all this ash and stuff. And what, you want everything to be on fire?
How can I suck in there if there's no trapdoor? But what if it twists it? And your point? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Get in there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Yatagrasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members. The two weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth. A number of pieces connected in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you trying to say, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it was easy to follow if you follow the leads. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? Oh, I gotta do a voice? Okay. I thought you were the one who said that it was easy to follow the leads. There you go. If it's info gathering you need, Gummy, and I can help with that. Then all you gotta do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I did that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser, we only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay. That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? And that is something I hope practice doesn't make perfect. For your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Well, I mean, there is a lock-picking lawyer out there, so... they can learn it to help with stuff like that. Did they cut the line about Edgeworth offering to pay for dry cleaning? I don't know. It might happen soon.
It's Edgeworth, I'm back!
Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective.
Looks like you can use the fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. Just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem was practically turned black.
Well, quite a bit of unburning got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. There you go, Reffertron.
Oh, what? Oh, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned, but, you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish. So because Gummy was able to go through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I'll have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwritten analysis. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir, I'll be right back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis of Mr. Cochin's handwriting. The handwriting on the handwriting will be taking a bit of time. Why did you say the same word twice? Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. Oh, is this the final part? Truly the final. Oh, that was a lot of words. Okay, it's nearly been 2 hours. I'm assuming there's still many more parts after this. And the next one is probably going to be just as long as this one was. So I'm willing to stop here. So let's get out of here. Whoops. Middle. Wait, this is the middle? What do you mean middle? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just read that, Matt. Sure. It's like... Don't save. But yeah, we're going to stop there for now. We can pick this up on Thursday, where we shall see what happens next. We interrogate Sheena and find out that she's actually Callisto Yu, and then actually there's more to this than what we first thought, and there's more involved. And actually the guy that looks like a Tengu is the one involved as well. He's evil. And he'll enter a transformation that makes him like really buff and tall, like he did with all the other old guys that look exactly the same as him. Like with Gant, like with the guy from the school that looked like a statue, like the other people. But that is it for now. Tomorrow, I'll be back with something new. We'll be starting Hades tomorrow, so be sure to tune in for that. I'm looking forward to playing it. I've seen it around. It seems really cool. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so yeah, I'm hoping to see it's going to be good. But I'll be back with this if you want to watch that instead, or this instead, on Thursday, so be sure to tune in for that. As usual, if you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe, bell notifications so you know when I stream. If you want to support me, there's links to Patreon and tips in the description or below the video, depending on what you're watching from. And if you do become a patron, you can enter the patron list here, where I'll give a shout out every stream like I do with Hero Kuni and the Swordmaster 37. I thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate you all. And, we go digging around the ash for clues. Yeah. That's it for today. Y'all take care. I'll see you all tomorrow or Thursday. So until next time, y'all take care. Have a nice rest of the day. And, yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. Until next time, bye, Ruffletron. Bye, Matt the Shirt. Bye, Swordmaster. Bye, everyone else. See you all next time.